Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making a classic Spanish recipe that, check this out, dates back to the 14th century. And it's a dish that hails from the beautiful province of Jaén in the region of Andalusia. We're talking Garbanzos Carmelitanos. This is basically an Andalusian style chickpea stew. And let me tell you, this dish is filled with an incredible depth of flavors, made with just a handful of ingredients. And the best part's the kind of food that with each spoonful, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Folks serve the stew next to a crunchy baguette and of course a bottle of Spanish wine. More specifically from the region of Valdepeñas, you're gonna have yourself an instant taste of Spanish history. All right, let's just dive right into this. I'm gonna add in 2 eggs into a saucepan and fill it with some water to about ½ an inch above the eggs, which is 1 1/4 centimeters. And we'll heat it with a high heat. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the saucepan and turn off the heat, and we're going to leave our eggs to sit here between 10 to 11 minutes to end up with perfectly hard-boiled eggs. In the meantime, let's start getting the rest of the elements ready to put this dish together. I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 medium-sized onion. I'm just using a typical yellow onion here, but you can also use red onions or even sweet onions if you like. And we'll also roughly chop 2 cloves of garlic. Then we'll add in the chopped onion into the stock pot. And we'll mix it around, that way it's all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I always like to mix the onion around continuously, that way it doesn't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After 3 to 4 minutes and the onion is nice and translucent, we'll turn off the heat in the stock pot. Then we'll add in the chopped garlic into a mortar, along with a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you can get the golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams. And a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we form a paste-like texture. You can also use a food processor here, hand blender, or even a NutriBullet. Then we'll move back to the eggs. Once they've been hard-boiled and peeled, we'll cut each one in half lengthwise. Remove the egg yolks. And roughly chop the egg whites. Then we'll add the egg yolks into the mortar with the garlic paste and the sauteed onions in the stock pot. And once again, using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we end up with a paste-like texture. For the next step, I'm going to drain 2 cans of chickpeas into a colander and rinse the chickpeas under some water. The size of the cans that I'm using are 15½ ounces, which is 440 grams each. Then we'll add the chickpeas into the stock pot that we sauteed the onions in. And we'll fill it with some water, just enough to barely cover those chickpeas, which is 2½ cups in my case, or 600 milliliters. Of course, you can also use chicken broth here, or even vegetable broth if you like. However, traditionally, water is used here, that way that liquid doesn't overpower the delicate flavors of the stew. Then we'll add in 2 bay leaves and heat it with a high heat. Once it comes to a boil, we'll add in the egg yolk and garlic paste, the chopped egg whites, and we'll season with ½ a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is ½ a gram, a pinch of sea salt, and a generous portion of freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. Then we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this between 5 to 10 minutes. That way all the flavors can develop. After about 10 minutes, this stew is ready to go. I'm going to remove the stock pot from the heat. Transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl. and garnish with fresh parsley. Check it out, Garbanzos Carmelitanos. Andalusian-style chickpea stew. Beautiful presentation, super easy to make, and just a handful of ingredients. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Garbanzos Carmelitanos, cannot wait to try this. Still piping hot. Here we go. Dang, they ate really good in the 14th century. Like I told you in the beginning, it's the kind of food that with each spoonful, it fills your body with so much goodness. And as for the ingredients, those chickpeas have such a great flavor. They absorb everything from the pan. The egg whites give this texture, and that mixture that we made with the egg yolk, the garlic, the parsley, and the saffron, taking this to the next level of goodness. Give this a try at home. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette, slice it up and drizzle it with some olive oil and a bottle of Spanish wine, either red or white from the region of Valdepeñas. You're gonna have yourself a taste of Spanish history. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.